Hello, Eric Lee here with the Lead Agent Training. I got a call today from one of my agents asking about campaigns, wondering how they work. A client had gotten something from him. He's like, I don't know if I sent this. How do I know if I sent it? Did it come from me? How are people getting this information? And I thought, you know what? I bet a lot of my agents could use some help with this. So we're here looking at KVCore. This is the campaign screen, and we're going to do a clone with this buyer campaign. I'm going to take you back just a bit to the campaigns. Now, a couple things for you. Most of you won't see things at a company level. Most of you will see things at, for example, click wrong. There we go. This is my level. This is my personal level. Now, you'll notice here at my personal level that I've got things created by the company. I've got things created by the user. That's me. That's personalized to me. From campaigns that I've cloned and done this, what I'm going to show you today in the past with. And I've got things that have been created by an office level. So we have a big company, then we've got our branch offices, and then we've got the users and people that have level at a company access can create things for the entire company. Your branch manager, your branch broker, your office assistant, they might have access at a branch level or an office level. They can create stuff for anybody in that office. And then, of course, you can create things of your own, and you're the only one that will see those. So in this case, when I hit Eric Lee, that's me, I can see everything created by everybody. Okay. But in this case, I'm going to go to company level. Now, again, this isn't something that most agents will have access to. Not even many of our managing brokers have access to this, but I'm one of the owners of the company and creator of training programs. So I'm building a lot of stuff in here. So I do have access to create things at a company level. And I'm going to show some of these things to you. Now, I want you to notice over here when you go over to the right that everything created at a company level is its status is available. So it's turned on. That means you'll see it when you log in as a user. It is there for you. However, when we look at the always run, they're all turned off except for one, and that is the holiday emails. Okay. So if you sign up with us and upload your database, they'll automatically get, if their status is the sphere of influence, okay, they'll automatically be added to the email, the holiday email campaign, and they'll get an email every holiday that comes around. And it's a great email. It looks really good. You can click in there, you can check it out. And if you didn't want it, you could turn it off. Okay. You do have full control over this. We're not controlling anybody's stuff for them. It's not Big Brother is watching type thing. It's us giving you tools, and you get to choose to use the tools or not. We just figured this is a very simple one. However, we're not going to reach much beyond that. So for example, here's a great buyer campaign. And that's the one that we're going to use for our sample today for this training. So let's imagine that I'm an agent within the company and I have a buyer or I've heard of somebody, a friend, they're thinking about buying a home. Maybe they visited a website, something like that. Okay. So let's look at this campaign and see how it would apply. First of all, it applies to buyers. Now, what this means, and I'm going to jump over here to my contacts. It'll take just a second to load here. Sorry, it's big programs. And I'm going to click on myself. Okay, there I am. Now you'll notice over here that we've got several different categories: buyer, seller, renter, vendor, or agent. Okay, so some of the triggers that set these things off are right here or right here, which part of the client journey you're on. Okay, so in my case, I'm an agent and I'm part of my own sphere of influence. So when we go out of there, we go back to our campaigns, and this equity buyer campaign, you'll notice that it applies to buyers. So that was that first little bit right underneath my name over on the left-hand side. So anybody that's marked as a buyer would get this campaign. And you notice that the status is when they're a prospect, a new lead, an active lead, a client, under contract, or closed. So any of those statuses you could use this for, and it would apply, but it's set to not always run. So it won't automatically be applied to anybody in your database that you tag as a buyer, unless you set it to always run. So let's say that I do want to use this, but I want to tweak just a couple of things in it. All right. Now, one thing that I can do is I could use the campaign just as it is, or I can go in here and clone the campaign. And that's what I'm going to do right now. So I'm going to clone this campaign. And now for me, again, I can create it at a company level. For you, you probably won't be able to. So I'm just going to do what you would be able to do. Campaign scope, it's just for me. This is personal now. So I'm taking something that was created by somebody else, some great minds somewhere up at the corporate leadership level for equity real estate. And I'm taking it and I'm making it mine. So I don't have to do all of the hard work, but I want to take some benefits from it, right? Now, I want to start this campaign when the lead is new, or it's transferred, or there's a specific hashtag. Okay, so I can set any of those things here, but we've got all of these advanced triggers. Now, for me personally, I've gone through the campaign a little bit, and of course, you would want to do this as well. And I think this campaign applies really well to prospects or new leads, but it does not apply well to somebody that I'm actively working with. I want to get rid of that. It definitely doesn't apply to a client. It doesn't apply when we're under contract, and it doesn't apply when the deal is closed. But if this is somebody that's just a prospect or a new potential lead, then yeah, I want it to go for me. And I could set it here to always run for me. So that would be any time that I mark somebody as a prospect and a new lead. All right, in that status field. So whether they were marked as a prospect or a new lead in that client journey that we saw across the top, and a buyer, then they would be automatically getting this thing. Okay, so the designed for is over here, buyer. Okay, so you didn't see that yet. So anybody that's a buyer, and that was the little fields right underneath their name over on the left-hand side. And then in the client journey, they're at the very start of that client journey, either a prospect or a new lead, they would get this, and I could have it automatically run, or, so that would be clicking this button to always run it, or I could just apply it personally to each person that I have. Now, for me, I love the things that are automatic as long as I know exactly what's in there. And in this case, I'm not going to automate it, because there are some great stuff in here, but I want to personalize it a little bit more. Okay, so I'm going to go and look at the next page. And again, this is designed just for my buyers, right? I could make it apply to any of these other groups as well, but it's just for buyers now. And I can name it here. So this would be and it's got the description here, a universal campaign for a new buyer lead. So I'm going to make it remember, this is just for me because I made the campaign logic, making it personal just for me as a user. So it's my Eric Lee new buyer lead campaign. And again, I can set it to always run or not right here. And then I get to review it. It's just scoped for me. It's going to run for, now this is set to run for agents. And again, let's see, where did we get? Maybe that's just because I'm an agent. Okay, starts when it's a prospect or a new lead. It's designed for buyers. There's my name for it. There's the description for it. And boom, it's done. So I hit finish. Okay, now notice that this campaign has been turned off. Okay, it's not active yet, but I can make it active. So I'm going to go back to all my campaigns. And now I'm going to go again. Just to reiterate, you're not going to see all of these different names up at the top. It'll just be your name that it'll default to. And look, we've got my new campaign down here, and it's turned off right now. Okay, so it is not automatically running, and I can turn that on if I want to, and nobody else will see that in the company. That's just for me. And so I can come in here now that I have my very own campaign, and I can go through and look at all the stuff. And look at this. I've got like 100 some days of things that's going to go out to a brand new potential buyer. and I can go through and I can change the content here. This is an automated email. It looks really good. There's a few things to know. I could personalize the language in here. I could make it really nice. It's coming from the agent, so my signature is going to be in there automatically down here at the bottom to the contact. So anyways, this is a good looking one. I like this email. I think I'm good with that, right? And I could go through every single one of these and edit. So this one is a call I'm supposed to reminder. This would show up as a task reminder for me for that day. And it would be to just make contact. Like here's somebody that's brand new. They ran into my website, whatever it was. I'm going to try to find some information of value. And is it okay if I share maybe my website with you, something like that? But I'm wanting to make some kind of personal contact. And then here's a text that I can send. Unlock your dream home. Search all MLS listings at the agent website. And again, that would automatically give them my website that I've got right up here. Okay, that is part of your setup process. So I could go one by one down here. I could edit. I could see everything that's going out in the email. I can change things. I can personalize things. I could have texts automated. There's lots of great features that I can do here. And this is my very own campaign that I now have. And I get to use it anytime I want to. So that is the beauty of campaigns. So if you are a KVCore user and part of a company that's created some campaigns for you, you have the ability to go in and customize some things. If you're soloing on your own, then you can build campaigns from scratch. You can do a lot of stuff. But the nice thing about this is you do the work once and it pays off dividends over and over and over and over, because you can automate like 100 days, 100 days worth of emails. And if you apply that 10 different times, even though, yeah, it took you a lot of time to build the campaign in the first place, once you've just applied that campaign, you've taken 100 days of work and automated it with the click of one button. So it's pretty cool, some of the power that you get with these campaigns and within KVCore. And even better if you've got a company that's creating stuff for you. Like I love the holiday emails that go out. Here's the Memorial Day one. I don't know. I'm not a graphics design person. I mean, yeah, I'm not dumb. I could probably figure some things out, but I love that this stuff is already done and customized, and it just goes out automatically on those holidays. Pretty cool deal. All right, folks, that is the basics of playing around with some campaigns. Hopefully that's useful to you, and you get to go in and tinker around with some of your own campaigns. Remember those triggers, though. Those triggers are really important. And again, we got those from the contacts. I'm going to go back there one more time to show you those triggers, because I covered that pretty quickly. So your triggers are right here: buyer, seller, renter, vendor, agent, and sphere. Okay. So sphere, prospect, new lead, active lead. So that last one that I did would apply to all prospects or all new leads. Anybody that I checked those or those blocks for along with this progression of the client journey. So those things are very important to the triggers. Make sure that you understand those and get in and start playing with this program. Super powerful, and you can do a lot of fun things with it. Thanks, guys.